Welcome to the People's Guild.
Each week we explore the Splinterland universe with guests from all across the mythical land of Praetoria.
Join us on our journey as we discuss the evolution of the game, the strategy, the lore, and the exciting path that lies ahead.
To support the People's Guild, make sure you subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcasts, and also check us out on PeakD, YouTube, and Twitter.
To send your questions, suggestions, and epic battles in our comments through Twitter or email at thepeoplesguildspl@gmail.com. We'll feature the best in our episodes and maybe airdrop you some prizes.
Thanks for tuning in and enjoy the show.
Welcome back to the People's Guild. Another week, another episode. No guest today. It's just the Jimmy Jangles show, the Jangle Jimmy show.
Bam!
I think this is the first time it's ever just been the two of us, Jimmy.
I think so. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us and the mustache.
That's right. So there's three of us, and
Yeah.
Christopher Walken might stop in later, and that would be four of us. He might.
Yeah,
he might
dude.
not.
I'm stoked. I'm stoked for a little bit of a reprieve. We've done guests back to back for many moons at this point. Haven't really stopped to take a breath and just hang out and reflect a little bit. So hopefully that's what we can accomplish today. We've had yet another big release from the team. Foundation cards, campaign mode. I think it went a little bit under the radar. There was a YGG official hangout yesterday, about 12 hours ago.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. YGG's been stepping up lately. Shout out to those guys for doing that.
Yeah, man. It's so it was Blaze. Shout out to our buddy Mango Mayhem down in the Philippines and myself. We hopped on with two of the YGG hosts and talked to their community, and we're engaging through the Discord, and there were a number of folks that immediately said, "Hey, yo, I'm going to buy a spell book," and asking good questions. And yeah, man, so it feels like we've talked about it for a long time, but it feels like we're really on the threshold. Like things are coming together, things have been getting teed up, and we're seeing these big projects. We were not promised. We were told that the focus for 2024 was new player experience and campaign mode and yada yada. Well, it's finally here.
18 months later, we got it, baby. Yeah.
Better late than never, baby. Better late than never.
That's true. We've been needing that for a while. It's awesome. It's there. Spellbook purchases are on the rise. I was seeing a chart the other day that was shared in a little group chat we had, and like new player acquisition is happening, man. Like Spellbook, but on a weekly basis, there was a noticeable bump in new players buying Spellbooks and sticking around. So that's awesome news. Good to see. I almost want to say, I don't want to put bogus numbers out there, but I almost want to say it was close to 100 players last week. I don't know if that was accurate, if I'm remembering correctly, but I think
buying
it was
Spellbooks?
Yeah, I think it was buying Spellbooks.
Shoot. Well, I mean, so I'm looking at the
Not
let
just-
me
yeah.
let me pull this up here, Jimmy.
Pull it up, see if Jimmy's full of crap. Jimmy's
So,
lying, making shit up.
184 spellbooks in the last 30 days.
Bam.
So it's
Nice. And
totally
look at that
possible.
uptick. There's an uptick
Yeah.
at the end there. So yeah, it might have been like 80 or something in that 1 week. Yeah, no, we've been that might have something to do with the YGG people kicking ass. So who knows? And a bunch of
might,
things
man.
coming together.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've heard some little bit of commentary around YGG and how it wasn't necessarily organized properly, and is this how we really want to spend our marketing budget, and all these kind of like big picture questions. Is this ultimately moving the needle for us? And we've talked about it in some of our I've been invited on a number of occasions to the Team Possible chat with guys like you, and shout out to Paul TRX and Gator and Dave and there's a slew of regulars. Angela, Beaker.
Hmm.
I've seen
Head
Rogue
change,
pop in there.
Ryan.
Head
Yeah,
change,
Beaker's been
Ryan.
in there a lot too, man. It's a great chat. It's been going on for a long time, and
Yeah,
it's awesome. It's a great
it
group.
is awesome. Yeah, it's very cool.
It's a great
Uh,
group.
but we were talking about the YGG stuff, and I've been thinking through. Ultimately, I think the way that I'm looking at it is it's an experiment, right? Like this is our Web3 target demographic. Like we can't ask for a better pool of folks to start tapping into. And ultimately it's going to
Yep.
show us like if these are the folks that are are crypto savvy enough to understand and operate Web3 across a whole multitude of games, and they're not sticking with Splinterlands, that tells me that there's bigger
Something
gaps
wrong.
that we've
Yep.
that we've got to get plugged on our side. So the fact
Yeah, we
that
got to
this has
pick up the
been,
slack.
yeah, I mean we're looking at the new player stuff. It's been we've pretty much doubled our average of new daily players in the last 2.5 weeks. So
Yeah.
it's not just YGG. I'm assuming that YGGers are telling friends, and we're doing good stuff
Hmm.
on Twitter, and
I told the
folks are
guy.
getting out there. Jimmy's
I told
telling
the guy.
people,
I got
yeah,
a guy. He came. He's
I got
buying
a guy.
shit.
I got a guy.
He got a guy. And it's awesome. He came like the day before they reset the referral thing. It was awesome. And he's like, I want to buy shit. And I'm like, nice. And then I'm like, referral reset today. I'm like, no, come on.
Oh,
Come
dude,
on.
yo, I've
Yeah.
got a somebody sign. So I for as long as we've been doing the People's Guild, I've included my ambassador link in our
Nice.
Peak D articles, and somebody signed up for it. I have no idea who it is, but they continue to
Nice.
play. Yeah, let me see if I can. The
We'll have
the
to get the
account is
ambassador
called
link
Slow and
going.
Low. I love the
Nice.
account
That's
name,
kind of
Slow and
sexy.
Low.
I like that.
Yeah, and in the
Slow and
guilds,
low.
the ramen noodle gang.
I I did see that. That's awesome. I love
Yeah,
creative guild names, Sam. And I still
yeah.
think Cloves Spaceballs the guild is the best one ever. I'm still waiting
Spaceballs
to
the
hear a
guild.
better guild name.
So
Shout out to
I've got
Clove.
one that might give it a run for the money. It's Hydra Kids, Hydra Wife.
Oh, HYDRA. I've seen
Yeah,
that one. Yeah.
I,
That's a good
I'm
one.
I'm
No
I'm a big
doubt.
fan of
No
that
doubt.
one.
No
I
doubt.
love punny shit. I love clever wordplay. That one nails it for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and it was one of those things where like I see it a million times. We used to be in the same brawl tier, so we'd play these guys
Hmm.
every week. And when you're reading it, you just read it as Hydra kids, Hydra wife. Okay,
Right,
like
right,
that's
right.
that's that's weird. But then when you say it out loud, oh, there's that light bulb moment.
Ah.
Like, oh, that's fucking clever. Hydra kids, Hydra
Yeah. Yeah.
wife. Yeah, big
I've
fan.
got a Jimmy guild. It's called Jimmy with three exclamation points, if anyone's looking that up there. It's basically just a guild for my alts to be able to earn merits from. I'm super cheap. I just bought a level one store. That's all it's got. Bam.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah.
I see it. Rank
Yeah,
462, eight
Jimmy.
members. Jimmy.
It's got the hand with the eyeball as their logo. Purple flag. Yeah,
Members,
cool.
Flatbush, Jupiter, Jimmy Brando. Nice.
Yep. It's all
And Mary
Jimmy's in
Beth.
there.
And Mary Beth.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's raging.
That's great.
Oh, I figured
That's
out
great.
YGG, man. They're just missing a killer theme song. And I just came up with it.
Let's
And
hear
this
it.
is from your generation. You might know it. I'm down with YGG. Yeah, you know
Yeah,
me.
you
I'm
know
down with
me.
YGG. Yeah, you know me.
There it
After
is,
Sound
dude.
make YGG a theme. Bam.
There it
They would
is.
triple
Is
their
that Naughty by
enrollment.
Nature?
I have no idea. No, it's something else. It's I was in college when that came out and I hated that type of music at the time. So I
Yeah,
was
it's
like
Naughty
a
by
classic
Nature.
rock dude.
OPP, bro.
No, is it? No.
Yeah. Yes, it
OPP?
is. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's Naughty
See
by
the
Nature, man.
bus in our college
1991.
town. 91, yeah. I was in
1991.
college. The bus line in our college town was called Oneonta Public Transit, OPT. So when everyone would
Ah,
get on the bus drunk on a
you
Friday,
done with
everyone
OPT? Yeah, you
exactly.
know me.
It
Yeah,
was some
nice.
clever wordplay,
Nice.
but I like
Nice.
YGG better.
Well, this is
Bam.
interesting. So a little tangent. I Google Down with OPP. People also search for Eminence Front, The Who, and Jump Around House of Pain.
Interesting.
Man, Eminence Front, and shout out to that song. Classic.
The
We
Who.
we were actually talking about that like a month ago. I sent you a cover.
Oh yeah,
I
totally. I remember that.
Goose. Yeah, I'm typically not the biggest fan of covers. Unless like it's fun from time to time, but it drives me crazy when like why would I not just listen to the Who play that song?
Right,
Because
right. Do their thing.
they crushed it. But when covers are like clever interpretations and like I'm essentially rewriting the song and using the same feel and same lyrics. One of the best is you probably know the guy Keller Williams, one man
Yeah, he
band.
used to, dude. He was a barefoot hippie in the Steamboat Springs Slopeside Pizza Grill when I was in
Nice.
Steamboat waiting tables across the street. Like he was, no one knew who the hell he was. He was literally just this bearded, dirty hippie. He was always barefoot, long hair, and he used to just play his acoustic guitar and do the freaking
Yeah,
trumpet
yeah.
thing. Next thing you know, he's getting paid $10,000 a gig to headline festivals. I'm like, what? What?
He is a hell of a
Looping,
musician, man. Yeah, he's
looping.
killer.
Yep,
Yeah.
cut his hair, cut his beard off. All of a sudden, he got freaking mainstream, baby. Yeah.
Don't be a hippie is the moral of that story. Or don't
Yeah,
look like a
he
hippie,
did
I
change
guess.
his image. He changed his. Well, he also hooked up with String Cheese. Like he was friends with those. Those
Oh
guys
yeah.
used to play the bar before they had the keyboard player. They
Oh,
were
they were
like
ski
really,
bums. Yeah.
dude. They were ski bums and mushroom freaks, man. Like the Michael Kang guy. He was always on mushrooms, and they would play Murphy's, which was this little tiny bar in Steamboat. We had all the Derek Trucks used to play there when he was 14. He was coming through, man. There was some great music coming through Colorado at the time. That
Oh
was
yeah,
awesome.
dude. Derek
Yeah,
Trucks,
String Cheese was huge,
he's
man.
on my list of legendary musicians that I haven't seen. I've been fortunate to catch quite a few on my list, like Prince and Paul McCartney and Roger Waters
Hmm.
and Daft Punk.
Nice.
I've seen
Oh,
I've
Roger
seen
Waters, like freaking one of the best I've ever seen, man.
yeah,
Honestly, he is
he
Pink
he
Floyd.
he
He is
played
Pink Floyd.
he played
Like,
Dark Side of the Moon in its entirety. We saw the pig.
oh,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was sick. It was sick.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's the energy of Pink Floyd. I've seen the David Gilmour and that little alternate Pink Floyd with the other three members, but it was always like a little sleepy. I remember seeing them in high school, 87, a couple times, and you're watching, you're like, yeah, it's cool. Gilmour's great. It's cool, but it's like, yeah, what's going on? It was kind of just going
I'm
through
missing the
motions.
magic. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you see Roger Waters, it's like, holy shit, you're just sitting there like freaking strap in and just be ready to just freaking peel your face off the floor when he's done. You're just like, holy crap,
I
this
think
is
part of my
all
face
right.
is still lying around somewhere Indio, California, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. And
yeah.
Prince. Did you ever catch Prince?
No, I never did, man. Never saw Prince.
Dude,
Never saw
that
Prince.
that little diminutive 5'2" motherfucker is 100% ego, dude. He showed up
This
like
bores me.
90 minutes
Would you
late
like
to
to?
the show.
No way.
Shows up 90 minutes late, and when he gets there, he's like, I'm the greatest gift to humanity. I'm here. Like, you're welcome.
It's like the Charlie
Absolutely
Murphy.
crushes it, dude. Absolutely crushed it. Speaking of covers, he
Oh,
played
he's a hell of
you
a
guys can
musician.
YouTube it. He covered Creep by Radiohead, which was
Uh-huh.
cool.
No shit.
But man, I had no idea. This was 2008,
Oh, he's
2009.
good, man. He's a
Oh,
killer musician, man.
yeah,
Killer
virtuoso, man.
guitarist.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got a
absolutely.
stage presence and plays badass looking guitars. And how about a game of basketball? Remember that with the Dave Chappelle? Charlie Murphy. Charlie
Well, he
Murphy.
he he was a serious a ping
Charlie
ponger.
Murphy.
I think he's
Oh no,
I,
that was a true story. Like that was a true story. Like there's an interview with Charlie
the
Murphy
basketball.
talking about that skit. He's like, this all actually happened. Even down to like the pancake, him cooking pancakes when it was all over. He was like, this whole thing actually
That's
happened.
awesome, dude.
They were all in their stage clothes and they kicked our ass in basketball. It was just like, holy shit.
That's sick,
Uh,
dude. Well, I think
yeah.
the first time I ever went to a proper ping pong bar was Bay Area. I was out there for a work trip, HQ was in downtown San Francisco, and we went to a place called Spin, which is now it's like a big ping pong club chain. So it's like a bar, club, bunch of ping pong tables, and like the place is set up to host like ping pong parties. I found out
Nice.
later. I don't know if
Ping
this is
pong
accurate, but it's
Ping pong party.
I think that's one of Prince's business ventures was setting this place up.
No shit.
Yeah,
That's
Spin.
awesome.
Yeah, rad.
I believe it, man. San Fran's got a lot of killer just music history and establishment and a lot of that stuff going on down there.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
oh, well, since we mentioned Roger Waters, I have to mention one of his guitarists has a Fat Jimmy amp in his studio. Bam.
Yo,
That's how we got tickets to the show that time.
sick.
And then we bought
Dude,
tickets
your
the next
list
night.
of clients is badass. We haven't talked about that in a while, but
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know if I knew that one.
Cool. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it's it's under the radar, but it's in there and it's in a studio, so it's there. But it keeps
Sick.
growing a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Bam. But yeah, anyone
Jimmy
go see
amps.
Roger Waters if you get a chance. He's freaking literally one of the best arena shows I've ever seen in my life. We went back the second night. Like we got the comp tickets that night. We had amazing seats. And you know how you could scalp through Ticketmaster now? You could sell your tickets officially through Ticketmaster, so you don't have to worry about scalpers. I got online and someone had just listed the exact same seats we had the night before, a row behind, like 2 rows behind, for like less than half price. It was like $150
killer deal.
both tickets. I'm like, we're going again. We're going. Bam. And we went.
Nice.
And it was better the second night. It was awesome.
Nice.
But
nice.
anyway, back to Splinterlands. Pickle
You down
card.
with-
We got a
You
pickle
down with
card coming.
OPP? Let's bring
You
it back.
down with YGG? Yeah,
Call
you
back.
know me.
Call
Down
back.
with YGG. After Sound, do it. Oh, After Sound. Where's our? We're gonna do a little collab. I think we were talking about a few years ago. We should make that happen. I can make trumpet sound.
Nice.
I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, After Sound. Do YGG. Do their
Dude,
theme
now
song.
everybody's gonna be expecting trumpet sounds, Jimmy. You can't do that. A little bait and switch.
My mustache is in the way. I can't get a clear trumpet. My actual mustache is in the way, like for real.
Yo, actually, we did find after last episode with Rogue, we were talking through lack of proper mustache.
Lack
There is
of
one.
mustache cards. You found one.
There is one. Well, actually, somebody pinged me and was like, "Yo, you missed one." It is the Rebellion Water Sniper, the Maratoran Seeker.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
got a
And he's
killer
got
mustache.
a badass mustache.
It's a killer mustache. I will
Badass
say.
mustache.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
And something we talked about this. That's one. We got one. We need more. I talked about this in the Team Possible chat last week too. I was like, dude, mustache.
there is
skins
serious
on cards.
underrepresentation on the mustache front, guys.
Mustache skins. Like you just buy mustache skins for your card. So any card could have a mustache. And some would be small and trim, and some could be giant and huge. It would be. I would buy mustache skins. Nate, if you're listening, I would buy mustache skins. I would burn DEC or spend cash to buy mustache skins. Just telling you. There were at least three other people in the chat said they would do it too. So I mean,
that's
bam.
the untapped market right there. Is the mustache
I think
skin.
it is. It's funny we were talking about
that's a hard two-word phrase to say quickly. Mustache skin.
skins. Mustache skins.
Mustache skins.
We were talking about all these blockchain games that fail. They come and go. And I made the connection that I'm sure the missing link.
They didn't
between
have
all of
mustaches.
They didn't have mustache
mustaches.
skins. That's right.
They
So
didn't
we
have
got to
mustache
fix that
skins.
before. We got to fix that
Before it's
it
too
bites
late.
us in the ass. Exactly. Before it's too late, man.
Mustache
It's the
skins.
obvious missing
Where are they?
link. Yep.
Where are they?
But
Awesome.
see, like the pickle with a mustache. The pickle with a mustache skin would be awesome.
Pickle with a
That would
mustache
be
would be
awesome.
awesome. That would be awesome.
And you could do all different
I agree.
ones, Bam.
I can't disagree with that one. I do want to see the pickle with a mustache.
Pickle with the mustache. So we were also talking, I like the idea. I'm hoping other people will. DAO buying pickle cards. We don't have a lot of SPS stake. I think there's 2 million SPS stake by the DAO. That would give us, I forget the number, it was either 2 or 3,000 pickle cards. We could support the project. We could burn some DEC. We could buy potions and increase Dow holdings with a cool rare card. So
Is that what it
keep your
is?
eyes
Two
open for
million
a
staked?
proposal. I think that's it, man. That's what I was told. So I didn't
Let's see
personally
here.
look, but
Well, let's find out. So the SPS
let's find
DAO
out, man.
has just shy of 586 million.
Woo!
Staked SPS is SPS DAO. Where are you?
A guy told me 2 million from a guy. He had googly eyes. It was very weird. The googly eyes. That's a
Uh,
specific skit by Christopher Walken, if anyone. I'm sure someone got that.
oh, is it?
Yeah, the googly eye plants. He's a guy who's afraid of plants who gets comfortable with his plants by putting googly eyes on them. And he
Oh,
always says it, googly eyes. You can't trust a cactus because you can't look it in the eye. So you put googly eyes on them and you know where they stand.
you
Don't
don't
ever turn your back
understand.
on a cactus.
Yes,
Look
dude.
that up after the show. The googly
I
eyes
will.
plant
I
guy,
will.
Christopher Walken, Saturday Night Live. Genius. Genius.
Okay, so they said exactly 2 million SPS staked.
Bam! See, I'm not just giving you false news here.
Yep,
I'm not just
bingo,
making
nailed
shit
it.
up.
The
Half the
Google
time,
guys
I'm
were
not
right.
making stuff up. Yep. So 2 million, that's what? The 2,000 cards or 3,000 cards? Based on the pickle
2,000.
math, I think.
10,000
2,000, yep, 1,000.
SPS. Yeah.
10,000 get you one, or 1,000
Mm-hmm.
get you one. 10,000 get you one. Yep. That's
No,
2,000.
is that
1,000,
right?
I think. That's
I think it
what
is
is
a
it? 2
thousand.
million? 2
Yeah, I think
million?
it is a
Yeah.
thousand.
Yep. 2,000 cards. It's 1,000. That would give us 2,000 pickle cards. Buy potions, full potions, gold foil, and alchemy. We might. Statistics say we'd end up with a couple black foils and a couple gold foils if we bought full potions, and that would be a cool ass thing to have sitting in the Dow. I think wouldn't cost very much. People love burning DEC anyway, so it's like let's throw this at the project and get some pickle cards in the Dow for future awesomeness.
You know what I really want to see? I want to see the DAO put our money to work, just like you're suggesting with the pickle card. But I want to see like ongoing sustainable stuff. Like I just saw Agro publish his I'm gonna butcher the name, but it's an auction house. He hired a third party dev to develop the project for him. I want to see that go to the DAO. I want to see the DAO develop an auction house so that when we have,
Totally.
the amount of rebellion packs that we have, why would we not want to set up an auction
Dude,
house
auction them off down
to
the
sell all
line.
this stuff off? Yeah, totally. And
10 years down the
these
road,
pickle
man.
cards,
Yep.
if we get black foil pickle cards, why not put them to an auction?
Yep.
It's a
And
great
funding
way
an
to
auction
perpetuate the
house,
funds. Yeah, totally.
paying a dev to do an auction house, and then you're getting a piece of every single auction. It's
Yep.
freaking residual income with an
Yep.
incredibly and have it be in game, so people can actually use it. It would help the project, it would help the DAO, and it would be income for the DAO forever. Bam.
Yes.
Yep. Let's start putting our money to work,
Yep.
Jackson.
All
Bam.
about it. And put some
Jackson.
googly eyes on that project.
Put googly eyes. Googly eyes. You
Nice.
can't put googly eyes on grass. You pour them on and there's nowhere to stick. They become dirt eyes. You gotta watch it, dude.
I thought you were going to continue there.
That was it.
Okay. But
Awkward
yeah, so
silence.
pickle cards should be coming in the next couple of weeks, I have to imagine, right? Like,
Yeah. So I'm serious about this. I would like to get a proposal rolling from the DAO and see what kind of community support we have. I haven't even talked to anyone besides the Team Possible chat, and everyone thought it was a pretty cool idea.
let's do it. Let's buy some pickles.
Cheap,
Put them in
putting
the
our money to
pantry.
work, supporting the project. Yeah, pickles in the pantry, baby. Bam.
Yes, dude. That should be the
That's
name of
what
the
I'm talking
proposal, by
about.
the way. Pickles in the pantry.
Pickles in the pantry. 2025.
Well, you got to get a move on, Jimmy. I think You know,
Actually,
I
I
was
reached out to
pleasantly
Clay.
surprised
I
with
did reach
say
out to
what?
Clay already. I
Oh,
reached out to
good,
Clay already. Said he's
good,
got a
good,
couple
good.
things he's pressing, but we got a little time with the 30-day thing. We should be able to at least get the proposal
Let's
rolling.
get to that in a second. So I know Clay was hard at work with the. It was just announced. Dave just dropped the official announcement in Splinterlands Discord. Um, but before we get there, yeah, the pickle. I just completely lost my train of thought. Getting sidetracked there. So, anyways, let's skip forward to the official announcement. I was pulling that up and lost my train of thought that I initially wanted to pursue. But
Clay being busy on something.
yeah, Clay being busy. Oh yes, I was going to ask the Team Possible guys. They all thought it was a good idea to pursue some pickles.
Yeah,
You feel like
absolutely.
support's there? Yeah.
That support seems there. I mean, I don't see what would be the real objections to that. I mean, someone might object. I'm sure someone will, but
Someone always
I
does.
don't know. Yeah, but I'm not sure
But
why. I would assume it would have community support. Be like, let's put some pickles in the Dow. It
yep,
doesn't cost that much. I think it was 300,000 DEC was the math to buy 2,000 cards.
it's
Was that right?
150 DC per
Yeah.
BCA or per CC.
And that is
Yep,
300,000.
that's
Yeah,
300K.
300,000.
Yeah.
That's nothing. That's nothing. Turn them into pickle cards, baby. What
I
happens
like
with the
it.
DEC from the pickle purchase? Is it burned or is it team? Or is it Dow? What happens to the pickle purchase? That'd be crazy if it
Um,
goes to the Dow and we would just filter that through and get the same
I
DEC back
think
and pickle cards.
s- no, I think somebody went back and said, actually, I want to see all this DEC go to the company. So I think initially it was going to be split. I think it's been
Mhm.
updated, and now all that DEC goes to the company. So, I mean, either
Okay.
way, I'd be for it. And
Even
300K
more reason for
DEC
the Dow
for,
to buy cards. Yeah.
yeah, that's not a
Then if
huge
it
amount
goes
of
to the
volume.
team.
Let's get
No,
that baby out
300,000
there.
DEC.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'd probably get a gold foil and black foil few in there. Buy potions.
Yes.
Who
So
wants to
the
stuff
the
the Dow?
original proposal or the original announcement included that the revenue split was 50% to Splinterlands, 50% to the DAO. And I think there was a fair bit of commentary saying that, we want to see this DEC all get rolled into the company. Um,
Mhm. That's
so
cool.
yeah, I'm cool with that. So
They're
300K.
rolling in dough
Let's
after this sale. They're rolling in dough with this sale, man. Bam.
they're
Those
getting ready to
legendary
hit.
packs flying off the shelf.
Yeah, they're getting ready to hit $3 million in sales already,
Hmm.
which is
I was
awesome.
looking at packs sold too, man. A surprising amount of the starter packs are selling. I think people are really dying to fill in especially the rare summoner holes in their decks.
Yeah, let me pull
And
this up.
there's a
Uh,
lot of freaking starter packs being sold.
89,000. Well, dude, it's crazy because the summoners are still going for a
Two,
price
three
point
bucks.
where it makes sense to take the gamble on the starter packs. A buck
Yep.
60, a buck, the
Yeah.
low end is the Dragon Summoner for $1.30.
Mhm.
Razzy's going for a buck 90. So you're
Look at his
spending a
hair that's
dollar
into
at
the
at
ground.
a pretty much 20% plus chance to get one of these summoners, which
Yep.
guarantees you're coming out green by 30-cent margin
Yep.
on the
Didn't
low
work for
end.
me. I did a couple randoms. Like, I'm spending an impulse buy. I'm buying one. Here we go. Trumpet noise. No
You got to get the
dice.
volume. You got to get the volume, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
it is worth it with summoners at that price,
Yeah.
especially if you pull a gold foil. Oh wait, sorry, don't listen to me there. Just kidding. Just kidding.
But but
But
almost
yeah, we
nine
still.
almost 90,000 starter packs sold already, which
Mhm.
is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot. Yep. I
Yeah,
was yeah, I
it
was
is a
looking at
lot.
daily. It was or
Yeah, so
weekly. I think we
here's
were looking.
here's our sales, Jimmy. 2.7
Bam.
million or two, excuse me, 2.7 billion DEC. And it's what can you remember a sale that has ever seen that? We're continuing to increase
Mm.
sales. And
Yeah, I
we're
don't know.
we're 3 weeks, three weeks beyond the general sale. Granted, it's still really early days, but
What
man,
was the
I gotta
Chaos
say
Legion They definitely generated some money there. I don't know if it was that much.
Yeah, well,
But that was also the top of a hype cycle too, so that's kind of an outlier.
yeah.
And a DEC was like 13 cents or something crazy. So yeah, that's a
Well,
little
I
outlier.
mean, there was also, I mean, there's a bunch of different reasons why, right? Like you could cycle packs and still qualify for airdrops.
Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah.
were the bulk buy discounts. There were, there were a
Well, these are
million
great
reasons
sales.
why. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
these are
really
great sales.
solid. Yes,
Yeah, I'm
I agree.
very pleased with this, and hopefully it just ticks up as time
Yeah,
goes by.
yep, yep.
Yep, might
Yeah,
have to buy my starter pack.
threshold, baby. We're at threshold. I feel like we're right on the cusp of all of these things that we've been patiently waiting for are coming to fruition, and it's making for a really solid time for new players to come in. It's making for a really solid time for existing players and OGs to recommit and come back in and re-engage. I'm continuing to see a whole bunch of players that I haven't seen maybe ever in modern, names that I'm coming up against, but I have known for a long time. Uh, so it's all gravy, man. Everything is feeling positive. The community's stoked. The YGG powwow yesterday went really well. There were a bunch of folks like re-engaging. Um, yeah, it feels like we're there. It's coming.
It's coming. Yep, the snowball's starting to roll. It's just starting to roll. Yep. How are the cards? Have you tried the starter cards yet? Have you played any or gotten
The
any?
foundation cards,
Get them?
no. So I
Yeah, can
did
you actually get them yet?
I did get them. So
Mhm.
as you complete your, I don't know if it's, I
Got
would,
to
I
do
would,
that.
I would guess that everybody's experience is identical. So you're pulling the same cards, and then the legendaries and epics, I believe, are mostly reserved for rewards for gameplay. So
Hmm.
that's a lie. So I've got two epics, no legendaries. Um,
You can pull
no,
these from chests.
three epics. They're provided as reward for completing different chapters in
Oh, okay.
the
Rewards
first
for
book of the
that kind of
campaign.
gameplay.
Yeah,
Nice. Good
but
call.
as you're competing in novice and bronze on ranked, you get foundation cards also.
Nice. And I like that you can sell them, but not burn them for DEC. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome that they're not soul bound. You can actually do stuff with them if you so choose. Gives new players a taste of what real NFT blockchain gaming is supposed to be like.
That's such an
Like,
easy, like it's a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't you want to collect some cool stuff and play a fun game?
yeah. And say,
There's
hey, I'm going to sell this if I want. I can actually, what? I can sell this? That's nothing but a bonus for someone getting into blockchain gaming.
nothing but a bonus. And they're
Nothing
talking
but
about
a bonus.
rolling out arcane variants for all of these cards. And I think
That's
it's
cool.
something like raffle tickets or lottery tickets, and there's monthly draws to distribute these things. And the fact that they're not soul bound, you can turn around. It's the first step of what I hope is to be many steps into reintroducing non-soul bound products into the reward system. Uh,
Yes.
I don't know,
Many
obviously the
steps.
market is going to market on determining the price of these things. They don't have the ability to be staked on land. They have very low PP or excuse me, CP. Um,
Yep, high mana cost for
High mana costs. So they're
yeah.
really like collector's items, but for the free to play guys, it could very well turn into you find one collector who wants a black foil arcane of all of the foundation cards.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. He's funding that's giving people sets like
yeah,
they sell Royal Arcane. All of a sudden they're halfway to a freaking new
competitive
Conclave
deck.
set. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So
a
so
smart way
I
to do it.
really love that concept is getting reintroduced, and I hope, another thing that I think is very worthwhile pointing out is that these cards are only earnable in modern. So you cannot bot your account to earn these cards. You have to be
Nice.
a human competing in the modern ranked to qualify to earn these cards. Now that said, my understanding is that you can then turn around and use them once you have acquired them on a bot, but in order to acquire
Sure.
them, you've got to be manually playing.
So
So
can you get these only in campaign mode, or like when you say they're available in modern, are they in modern reward chests if you're playing modern?
novice and bronze is my understanding.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. So the
Cool.
campaign mode as of right now, let me pull it up here. The campaign
Those are like
mode
wooden
is
back. Okay, yeah.
the
They have like
campaign
wooden
mode is
borders.
capped at
I
one
gotta
book,
play that.
11 chapters. And each
And you did them
chapter you
all? Look
get
at you.
I
Bam.
did them all. It was like 15 minutes or so.
To do all of them?
Yeah, it's not super extensive.
Okay.
But it is a very natural progression. You work through, hey, here's a little welcome. This is what Splinterlands is all about, and kind of introducing some very high level concepts, and then you kind of gradually progress through, card types and different attack types, and this is what armor can do, and this is what magic,
Okay.
you know, it
Yeah,
goes
boom,
around
range
armor,
attacks,
and
melee
yes,
attacks, armor, speed, magic, ability. That's awesome. What's the
yep,
explosion content factor? Many explosions or not enough?
no explosions, no mustaches, bro.
None?
My
Like
man.
not even one explosion?
Not even one. Not
All
yet,
right,
man.
whoever's listening, Nate,
So
whoever
so
can put an explosion in there, that's what's missing, man. I mean, you're gonna get so much more engagement with just a few explosions in strategic locations.
well, Jimmy,
Telling
you
you.
do you remember my goofy cheeseball battle sound effect video?
That had lots of explosions. That was
Lots of
awesome.
explosions, lots
Lots of explosions.
goofy ass commentary. But the
Couple of
reality is,
googly
like,
eyes.
a couple of googly. There were some googly eyes.
There were some googly eyes.
There
Yes.
were. Yes, there were. Uh, but I mean, I when I put that together, I was deliberately trying to be cheeseball and goofy. But the reality is, like, those are the video games that I grew up with. Like, they were all,
People like
for the most
cheesy.
part,
Yeah.
like cheesy. Yeah, it's like goofy music and goofy commentary, and so I'm very hopeful that sound effects very swiftly make their way into the game, and we can see, like, some
Yeah.
adjusted music and some cool sound effects and some,
Some
some
actual
smart ass
explosions.
comments. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
I want to see all that
Blast.
stuff.
Blast should have real explosions, man. That would be Goblin
Should.
Tower. Bam.
Yeah,
There's explosions on the card, right? For Goblin Tower, if I'm thinking about it right. Or is it just on fire? Pull that thing up.
I think so. I think
I think there's
there's
explosions.
isn't the blast icon an explosion?
It is an explosion.
Let's see here. Who's the
Bam.
first one with
There it is.
the? Let's see, blast.
Blast.
It is an
Shield almost looks
explosion.
like an
Yes.
explosion. Yep. Bam.
Yeah.
So that should be real and animated. Oh my
Yeah.
God, exploding rats when that card attacks, there should be like a dozen little tiny explosions because it's your rats
Redemption.
getting hurled.
Redemption should definitely be an
Redemption should be an
explosion.
explosion. Absolutely. Every time.
Yeah.
Right down the line. And the card should be like, oh,
Ouch.
oh. Gonna make
Wow.
a idiocracy reference there, but I'll hold that one off.
Yeah, dude.
The
So
favorite show. Yeah.
the campaign mode, my understanding is that something like multiple chapters are already being worked on. And I'm
Yes, I heard
guessing
there's more coming.
it's
Phase 2 is right around the corner.
yeah, and multiple phases to follow is my understanding.
Nice.
So synergies and bloodlines. I mean, to be fair, Splinterlands at the highest levels, you know this as well as anybody else. It's complicated. There's a
Yeah.
lot of moving parts. There's a lot of mechanics. There's a lot of synergies.
Oh yeah,
How
I'm
do
still
we
learning.
package that up in a nice and, like, easy to digest campaign mode? Well, that's on the
Mhm.
UX. That's on the UX geniuses over
We're
at
watching. We're
Camp
watching. Eyes
SPL.
on you. The googly eyes
Googly
are on you, Nate.
eyes. The googly
You,
eyes.
Nate. Googly eyes on you, Nate. Let's see how it happens. Or is it Nate, or is there other people doing this? I'm
Oh,
curious too.
Nate's the director of creative. It's his team
Yeah,
for sure.
he's the
Yeah.
DC
Yes.
5000. Nate, where's your Splinterlands tattoo? I want to see that on your forearm,
Vonak.
like Popeye. Bam.
I'm gonna see
That's
it
right.
on,
We
like,
got Popeye tattoos.
open up the cut, like, no regrets. It's just like Vonak.
No regret.
No
Yeah.
regrets, baby. Yeah. So Man, I continue to be excited, dude. Let's jump before I forget again. The recovery fund. Have you seen this?
No, have you seen this? Have you
Have
heard?
you
Have you
have you
seen
seen
this? Have you
this?
heard? Hey, have you seen this? Have you heard?
Here you go. So announced yesterday, exactly 12 hours ago from now, almost to the minute. From
Oh, yeah, we
Dave,
were talking about
dropped in
this.
the official
Bam.
announcement.
Have heard about this. Yeah.
For anybody who hasn't seen or heard, I want to give you all a heads up on a very exciting new program the Splinterlands team and the SPS DAO have been working on crypto gaming recovery funds. The SPS DAO will be putting up a proposal soon and having a down hall tomorrow with Blaze, Clay, and myself to discuss and give you all much more information. We've been working hard to put it together and are very excited to find out if the DAO would like to participate. This is truly a groundbreaking way to reach out to the whole crypto gaming community to strengthen relationships and reach out to those that might stumble on our journey together on the future of gaming. Please look for Clay's
Yeah.
post later about it and join us on the down hall. So, number one,
Yeah.
this is really fucking cool, dude. Like,
This is
I,
awesome. Yeah. I
you
have
know,
heard of it. So yes, you know what you're talking about. Yeah.
excellent. Okay, so I think,
Yeah.
my first thought is crypto is savage. Crypto is cold. Like, it's how many times have you heard not your keys, not your wallet, or code is law? Like it's very cut and dry. It's very cutthroat. It's savage, and
Yeah.
this
Oh,
to
absolutely.
me it symbolizes Splinterlands is just so different, man. Like this just screams
Mhm.
empathy to me, and that by
Mhm.
itself is a really powerful message for us to be, putting on broadcast to the rest of the Web3 world. Like, hey, like
Mhm.
our heart goes out to you guys for, the project that you love has rug pulled or run out of funds or misallocated or pursued
Yep.
other projects and left the core project high and dry. That was
Yep.
that was almost
Guess what?
us.
We've been here
That
seven
was almost
years.
us. Yes.
Yeah, it was almost us, man, and it wasn't a rug pull. It was just we almost went broke. We almost went broke, and then we almost lost all our players. So it happens, you
Yeah.
know, it happens. And yeah, this is saying we've been around 7 freaking years. We're here. We're not going anywhere. And it's a long term. If it keeps the same type of details, in a nutshell, it's kind of offers long term participation incentives. If you come in, you buy a spell book, and you come from one of these projects takes like snapshots. It'd be like a snapshot. So you can't like front run it. It's like if a project goes bankrupt and they announce it, we would get a snapshot of the moment it's announced. So who is holding this token? Who has assets from this game? And I don't know exactly how it works, but it would allow you to kind of get into Splinterlands, buy a spell book, somehow leverage these spent tokens, and get into Splinterlands with some bonus items and long-term incentives. Like if you play, you know, details have to be worked out, but if you're playing consistently, you get rewarded consistently.
And most importantly, it's a long term play. Like we're not setting
Yep.
ourselves up for extraction or exploitation or
Yeah, no, it's like if you're here in 7 years, it was like a 7 year. I think that was the whole thing. It was like a 7 year long-term roadmap, a little short-term incentive and some long-term incentive. This is not set in stone, and I'm just kind of going off some spitballing. So none of this is like, here's what's really actually happening. But the idea was to offer long-term incentive. If you're here in 7 years after leaving one of these crypto projects and joining us, and you've been participating the whole time, you're gonna get some sweet freaking sweet rewards for doing that.
why would we not want to reward that behavior? I mean, if it
Oh,
if
it's
it does come to pass that it's a 7 year timeline, like yeah, absolutely. Like I would
Mhm.
100% trade that now for somebody who's going to be here for the long haul. Uh,
Mhm.
7 years is a lifetime. How many projects have we watched come and go in that 7 year time frame? While Splinterlands
At
has,
least six, at least six others,
yeah,
probably more. Yeah.
yeah. So I love the empathetic approach. Very cool.
And
Well
it's
done
advertising
to
too,
date,
man. It's like,
and it's
hey,
a
man,
great. I mean
great
that's
advertising, great
it,
marketing,
it is great marketing.
branding. Hey, we've been around
Yes.
for 7 freaking years, in case you never heard of us.
Yeah.
Jackson, come
Jackson.
play. Come play.
Get your googly eyes and your pickles in the pantry.
We might have to do a googly eyes card.
Dude,
I might have to
next
think about
when
that.
you get your legendary summoner, it's googly eyes and a mustache, and that's it, bro.
And that's it. A
It's coming
mustache, a
together.
mustache. with googly eyes on it
Yes, yes.
and holding a
I
jar
can
of sand. But we'll leave that for the private joke from
interpretation.
earlier.
Oh shoot, man. Yeah, dude. Jimmy, I gotta tell you, man. Like looking back, and I feel like we keep saying this every week, but as things progress, and as I'm talking to more folks in the community, and as I'm, continuing to play ranked and participate in conclave, and we see this stuff, like foundation and campaign mode. It was just casually dropped. Like there was no fanfare, there was no drama. It was just like, here it is. Let's keep going. Like I want to see that stuff continue. It makes me double down in my conviction that now is the time, and things are finally coming together. It's really a new era. Uh, we're seeing the reintroduction of non-soulbound stuff. We're seeing the new players start to come in. The sale is about to hit $3 million in revenue, which is amazing. All of Rebellion, I think, was 4 million, under 4 million, and here
Yeah,
we
I
are
don't remember.
in the
Yeah.
first
And
month, and we're
we're
at
not even a month
75%
in.
of that.
Yeah. Chase
And
cards.
we haven't even seen the first airdrop yet. There's still an absolute metric shit ton of black foil arcanes and gold foil arcanes to get pulled.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there's tons there, man. That's another thing, man. The incentive to hodl packs and open them later as your chances for those crazy cards increases
I am so
towards the
bad
end.
at that, dude. I am so bad at that. I cannot help myself. Like as soon as I see packs in my well, I'm
You gotta open
dragging
them.
and dropping those suckers. Yeah.
Even alphas, betas.
I think I've never had an alpha pack. They by the time I got here, they were well in excess of $100
I
bucks.
think I bought one once just to have one. I don't remember when, but I think it was a
Did you
dip. I
open
was
it?
like, ooh, no. I
You
did
still
open
have
some
it?
beta packs once. I pulled a gold foil Alric out of a beta pack once. I think I do still have
Oh,
my
that's a great pull.
I think I have one of every. I did the O'Neill McSpadden move. Tried to get one of every pack just to at least have them. I have 18 beta packs. That's right. I bought those cheap once on a
Nice.
dip. I was like, beta packs. I'm gonna grab some, and I did
I
open a
have
few.
opened a couple beta packs. I won a
Yeah.
couple through jackpot prizes. I don't think I ever bought
Bam.
any, but I do own
Oh
a
yeah, I think I
decent
pulled
chunk of
one
beta
once.
cards. Yeah.
That first day of jackpot prizes when everything was just
Screwy.
flooding out. Yeah, I think I got a beta pack in there.
The reward, the bucket was bleeding, dude. The bucket was
It
bleeding
was, and I got like $3 out of it. I
incessantly.
didn't even know what was going on too. I was like, "What? What happened? What's going on?
Yeah, yeah.
Who did what? Who
But
shot who and
yeah,
what
man.
now?"
I mean, it's encouraging. Like you can't help but like everything that we were poking holes at with the ecosystem, and we were bleeding players, we were bleeding rewards. SPS was at all time like that's all a thing of the past. Like we've got it together. The grease.
What's getting addressed? Yeah, things have been getting addressed. It's like when there's holes in
Yeah,
the boat, you got to fix it. Can't ignore it. You can't be
yeah.
like, oh, I don't know, dude, they're fine. And it's like, oh, you got to be like,
I thought you
stick
were
your
patching
freaking,
the hole.
yeah, yeah. I thought you were patching the hole. What are you talking about? I thought you were patching the hole. Who's patching the hole? Stick something in that hole, Jimmy. Do it. Bam. Thumb in the
You
dike.
still got that
Bam.
pickle?
You exactly, man. Pickle in the boat. Bam. You put it in there. So yeah, we've got some holes patched and looking good. I don't know how much water there still is to bail out, but probably a little, but we're doing it. We're doing it, man.
Yeah, things are
Pickle
looking good,
cards go
man.
a long way. And then
Well,
fun
Jimmy,
things like this card is
we
fun.
talked about it. We talked about it last week, man. With CA, are you continuing to like keep your eye on that stuff, or have you started making moves on CA cards? Are you planning
I
on getting back into
did.
modern ranked?
I got to work on that, man. I need to dive into modern ranked. I
I
am
gotta see you
way
on the
behind the times
leaderboard,
right
Jimmy.
now.
You're a good
I
player,
know
man.
I'm not on the leaderboard. I'd got to get on there, get playing. I need to get more cards, dude. I've just been popping a few random packs here and there that I bought in the pre-sale. Not too many. I think I bought 100. Been popping some of those, and I did buy 2 black foil cards the past week also.
Tell
I
the
just
people what
did
you
it.
got, Jimmy.
What I get? I got the Cave Wise Wayfinder, who's
Great card.
badass,
Great card.
great card. And I got Ashen Cindergrim because he has a beard, but he also has a mustache. And that was the deciding factor.
I
Not
don't
the
know.
fact that he was
Well,
like
Jimmy,
one of the
you
cheap.
lucked out that the mustache correlates with a badass card.
It
Because
does,
Ashen Cindergrim is great.
dude. Freaking what is he? Magic Opportunity.
Magic
Nothing wrong with
Opportunities,
that.
Silence, Painforge. Yeah, that's a
Pain
great card.
Forge. We got the trivia.
Painforge.
We looked this up later. I was like, there has to be a band called Pain Forge, and there
Yep.
is.
For any
Guess
of
where
our
they're
German
from?
listeners, yes,
That's right. You guys know
Deutschland,
it. I know you know it. German metal band
the
named Pain
Painforge.
Forge. I'm sure that Clay is 100% familiar with them, and I'm
He
going to
probably
have to
is.
listen. I'm gonna have to listen after the episode. Pop on some Pain Forge while I play some Pain Forge cards and rocket. I see. That's what I would love to see someday, where we actually could pay some royalties and have like real music on there. So when we play Pain Forge, if you play a Pain Forge card and it kicks in,
You just get
you're
some
getting a
heavy
couple
metal
bars
power
of pain.
chords.
You get some Pain Forge
Hell
freaking
yeah,
coming
dude.
at you
You
relentlessly.
know that you just got pain forged.
Exactly.
Yes,
And you
dude.
don't like it.
Yeah,
It's
man. So,
uncomfortable.
I mean, you're a longtime fan of Fire, Jimmy, and Fire. I think you
Favorite
have
best
to.
splinter. Best
Yeah,
splinter in the game.
I don't know about that, but you've got to. It has it. There's a really strong argument to be made that it is the best Splinter in
It's a different
CA.
strategy, man. Oh
Well,
yeah, yeah.
it's fast, it's
Untamed.
furious. It's you
Untamed. Yeah, you
play.
got to be quick.
One of my favorite
Yep.
plays is a cane with fire, because you get
Mm.
that first strike. But yeah, it's fast and furious, man. The Blazebeard Merc. So yeah, dude, I look forward to when
Yeah, this set.
you start
Yeah,
getting
this set.
your CA leveled up
And
and
I
playing
start
back
playing
on rank,
fire.
dude.
Maybe I'll do your thing and start doing it by splinter, so I could dive in by splinter.
You
I
should,
got two
man. I mean,
black.
you got the Rebellion cards.
Yeah, I do have a almost full set of rebellion. I was looking the other day. There's a
That'll
couple I
take
have
you a
to
long
max
way,
up,
dude.
but no, but I gotta decide, is it worth, it's that one health from level 7 to level 8. Is it
On
worth it? I'm
Rebellion?
still, yeah, absolutely. Like a Goblin Sniper is one where I have a level 7 and it's like, oh, level 8 gets me one health.
Nah,
There's a
nah.
bunch of cards like that. Yeah. So
I
I'm
mean,
like, do I spend
if so, I
on
mean,
Carnage?
there was a running joke with me and Vugtis where we were talking about Rebellion. Why do you most of these 90% of the cards? Why do you max them out? And I told Vugtis
Mhm.
the hidden ability is the CP for conflicts, which is
Right.
which is not a good enough reason for for from a playability perspective. But I mean,
Yeah.
ultimately it paid off, and I got damn near a max summoner or max airdrop every time for
Mhm.
kind of using that as my ultimate decision making factor on these cards. But CA is done very and designed very differently. So I mean, if you've got a relatively strong, as long as your summoners are maxed, that's all that really matters
Yeah, we got
from
to do that
Rebellion.
first. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, Rebellion, gotcha. Oh no, yeah, yep, I hear you. Now I got a pretty much full Rebellion deck, and I
Yeah, I'm looking
like the
at your
fact
cards.
that we didn't go too crazy with the card. They scaled it back the set a little bit this time, which I think was a really smart move. We got four commons.
Hmm.
Bam, that's Untamed, man. There were four commons, I believe, in the Untamed action. Um, three rares. I think Untamed had four commons, four rares, but I don't remember exactly. I got to look that up.
Yeah,
But
there's
yeah, no,
one,
we
two,
scaled it
yeah,
back a
four
little bit
rares
with.
and the summoner, two epics, two
Hmm.
legendaries. Yeah,
Hmm.
and
Yep, I think
conflicts are starting soon, man.
that's right. That's coming right around the corner.
I mean, you
Let's
get
see
a
how
couple
that
more black
goes.
foils and you're
That's
gonna
kind
make
of
up
why I bought
for not
those.
having the rest. Yeah,
I was like, if I buy those
those black
now,
foils are big boys.
should help with the airdrops. We'll see, man. I mean, there's some people with a lot of black foil cards. So I'll be again. That's what Rogue was talking about. Rouge. We got to see how this works out. with the distribution. Is it going to be top heavy? Because all these, people with black foil decks just staking all that stuff. It's a
I
limited
mean,
number of cards.
it, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna refrain from commenting further. I'm gonna wait and see what
It
I.
remains to be seen.
It remains to be seen. I would be. Let me just say, I would be very surprised if these calculations weren't done prior. That would be a serious oversight on behalf of Matt,
Mhm.
and I think he's a sharp dude. He
Yeah.
him failing to consider the consequences of these massive CPs attached to black foils would really surprise me. So, benefit of the doubt until we're proven wrong. I'm going to assume that he knows what he's doing. Um, and I'm hoping that it doesn't come at the cost of regular foil players not being able to get their airdrops. So we'll see.
Mhm.
We'll see.
Yeah. And Rebellion
There's a
counts
balance to
too.
be there.
So yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm still torn on if I like that or not. I mean, I have the Rebellion set, so I benefit, but I still don't know if I like Rebellion counting towards the current airdrop.
I mean,
I understand both sides.
I so I'm going to err on the side of experimentation here. I like that we're trying new stuff. I really liked conflicts coming in. I really liked the staking mechanic. I'm with you. I don't know if offering conflict points for rebellion is the right call, but I'm stoked that we're trying it. I mean, worst
Yeah.
case, I mean, maybe we get a few extra copies of cards. I don't know, but and we adjust it. We can't get everything right the first time, and we're not going
Right.
to know we're
Also, it
getting it
affects
wrong
rental.
unless we try it.
My fear is the rental market affecting, and not for, me, but for if we're getting new players coming in, you have to have cards. The cards have to be available, and if they're all sitting on wagons and you can't rent, because Rebellion is, low print,
Well, if
just
stuff
something
is,
to
yeah,
consider.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
We'll see.
okay, let's think about it in another way. And I was chatting with Dave and the idea across a whole bunch of the stuff that the team is currently doing is would we rather not try and then the community's upset because things are the same, or would we prefer to bear with
Get caught
some
trying.
ill side effects in the name of discovering what is the right path forward? I think
Yeah, I
everybody would,
believe.
would would prefer the latter, right? Like we have to
Yeah.
try new stuff. We have to experiment. We have to
Yep.
get creative in how we're moving forward with this thing. And it's okay if we make mistakes along the way. At least we tried, and we'll
Get
do
caught
better next
trying.
time.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am of that philosophy. That's why I said
Yep.
I'm torn. I'm on the fence. And we'll see how it because I understand both sides. There are pluses and minuses to both sides there. So we're gonna find out, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, we
How
will
it goes.
shortly.
I'm
It's
still,
got to
I
be
don't
coming soon.
it maybe. Yeah,
Well,
because
it's
we
got to
only have
be.
9 months. It's
Yeah.
gotta be how many airdrop cards? Nine? One, two, three,
9,
four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Yep. So
6 summoners and three dragons.
we could hang. Is this a 12-month sale or 9 months? Or what's the
I think it's
deadline on this
11 months.
11 months? Okay. So we got at least we can hang for 2 months. We'll see how they roll it out.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, why can't the airdrop run beyond the pre-sale or excuse
Well,
me,
now
beyond the
and
general
now
sale?
calling it an airdrop is questionable too because you do have to pay to fix your wagons. So is it
Yeah.
really in that case, or is it a discounted distribution?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like that. I'm gonna be straight, man. I don't BS. People know where I stand on that. I don't like that metric personally. We're gonna try. Hey, let's try. Get caught trying, right?
Well,
Bam.
okay, so I mean, w-
I have no idea how much.
my counter argument to that, Jimmy, would be the cost of the cards that are airdropped to you through your rebellion cards. Is that going to be enough to offset the cost of repairs? And if
I would
so,
say no. I'd say no because they're 50% less, count
well,
towards
how
it, and
much are
there's no
you
black.
how much are you expecting the repairs to be? We don't know yet, right? But
We have no idea. We have no idea. Yeah.
I
Given
mean,
the history, I would guess it's going to be a little pricey because it's going to be seen as a resource and DEC sink. That is the history is that's how things are viewed often. Hey, this is a DEC sink or a resource,
yeah.
and now this is going to be a resource sink. So my guess is heavy. Prove me wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I really
I hope
do.
you're wrong. I hope you're wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. So then let's say
I
it's 10
it's got to be very
half price
affordable.
car.
And you're only, I think they said you're only getting repairs for the equal to the number of airdrops that you get, right?
If your wagon gets a card, then it needs to be repaired. If your wagon does not get a card, you don't. Yeah. So you would only have to repair however many wagons for how many cards you received, from what I
Right.
understand.
And if you hit pay dirt with, multiple CC that's tied to one wagon, you're not having to, say you pull three cards for one wagon, you're not having to pay three extra repair costs, right?
I
Like
don't know. I would think you do. I would think a card equals a wagon to make it easier. Like instead of, I got all my black foils on one wagon, so I only have to repair one wagon. I would guess it's
Oh,
going
I
to be
don't
if you
know.
get three cards, you got to repair three wagons. Guess. This is all
Mm,
speculation, subject to
mm,
change. And I would put a
yeah.
mustache on my wagon if I could. Wagon skins.
Mustache skins. Mustache
Mustache skin.
skins.
So
Yeah, I don't
let's
know,
see.
man. Yeah, let's see.
I'm
Let's
against
see.
it. I don't like it, but we'll see.
I mean, but
Airdrop is an airdrop.
what if
Airdrop is an
you get
airdrop.
if you get a go foil, right? Like that's not going to cost
Yeah.
more repair
It
costs.
shouldn't.
Or
It better not.
if you get a black foil shouldn't cost more.
No,
Like
it shouldn't.
so if you do strike pay dirt, maybe you're right in that it is one card equals one wagon. But
I don't know. But yeah.
that logic should also apply to gold foil and black foil, right? So
Oh yeah,
all
I
it
would
takes is
hope
one of
so.
those, and all of a sudden you probably got three or four conflicts
Hey,
like
you owe us
done
50
and paid
bucks
for.
if you want to participate
Yeah, if you want
again,
to claim
bro.
this card, yeah,
Yeah. No, 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 no.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it
So yeah,
can't be
we'll
like
see.
that.
Again, I'm of the belief, and this has years of crypto project history. An airdrop's an airdrop, man. You're buying this deck, you're putting your money in, you're staking these on the wagon, so you can't rent them. You play with them, but you can't rent them. You can't. I don't think you can do land if it's on a wagon, right? No land if
No,
it's on a wagon.
no,
So you are investing and putting these on, staking them out. You're paying to stake them. You're paying to stake your cards by buying a wagon. Okay, that's a metric. They haven't seen that in many crypto projects, but we're breaking ground in different places, right? Get caught trying. Stake it on your wagon. You get an airdrop, and then you got to pay to participate again. I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Well, I mean, back to what we were just
This
saying.
isn't like
Get caught trying. Like we're
yeah,
experimenting
yeah.
here, and
This isn't the end of the world.
if it's a complete failure, and the community is pissed and it feels unfair, the team has shown in the very recent past that they're not opposed to
Yep.
saying we fucked up. Let's change it. Let's make it better. So
Yeah,
I
totally.
mean, benefit
We'll
of the
find
doubt.
out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're gonna find out. I'm just putting a preemptive me no likey on there. I know I'm not the only one too. I'm
No,
representing that in the
I
community.
think I think that's a fair sentiment to be totally honest.
And it's like, hey man, we're buying it. Dude, cards are still, and again, I'm glad to see the sale going well. I'm glad to see everything. I still personally think the price point is a little high and preventative for mass adoption. But we'll see, again, we'll see. We'll see how this all works out.
But
My philosophy.
it's not in bronze though, right?
No, no, you can jump in bronze. You can jump in bronze for sure. But
And I mean what you and I
I
have
just
talked
want to
about
stay in bronze.
for ages is bronze should be bronze novice bronze silver should be 80% of our base, right? And I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
got
that is there is not an exorbitant fee or price point to enter into those leagues. So I think
Mhm.
that's it feels right. I mean, we were
Oh,
just
yeah,
looking at
no,
the
I hear
giraffe
you.
off air. The giraffe
It's
is
not
a
crazy.
super
It's
meta card.
yeah, yeah.
$30 for a max copy. Is that
That's
busted?
cool.
Is that
No,
okay?
that's freaking that's getting back towards closer to what Untamed was. I seem to recall well, Living Lava was a rare. Giraffe's a common, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So a little up there, a little up there. Not crazy. You're getting close to Untamed. That's not unrealistic, and that's a good
Okay.
example because it's a great card,
Well,
and it's
let's look at rares. Middle
to
of the
throw
pack
some.
rare. What do you think a max rare card should cost?
Rares were in the 20 to 30 for Untamed.
So it's 41 for middle of the
Okay,
like
yeah,
average
not
here.
terrible.
Okay, how
Not
about
terrible.
epics? I
The
think this is where
Rebellion.
we see the difference.
Epics, I don't remember. Yeah, epics and legendaries is where it becomes a substantial difference.
Well, epics,
And
I think epics is where we've seen a significant drop because the potions now apply to doubling
yes, to
epics.
epic.
So
I've
now
definitely pulled more
55
epics.
bucks for middle of the road.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at 98 cents for an epic. That's cool. That's not too crazy. 77. Yeah, I think having the like black foils and all these cool other rarities are definitely helping offset the regular foil prices for sure.
Yeah.
I'm still, yeah, I mean, let's see. Yeah, lowest legendary is at 479 right now. Okay,
Yo, by
that's
the way,
not
you
crazy.
guys are sleeping on Craniacs. That should not be the cheapest legendary.
Shh.
Final rest is too good. Play it.
Final. Where does he get final rest?
Level
At
one.
level one. All right, hold on, hold on. Let me go over to Elmo Burns, Craniac. Wait, he came up and then I spelled him wrong. Craniacs
Oh, are
with
you
an
on
X.
the market? Yeah, nice.
Yep. So Elmo Burns has a marketplace. Hey, if you're listening, I forget the dude who makes it. I just learned his name the other day too. If you load up a
It's
cart
on it's
yourself
on the
on my card,
homepage.
you got to buy it
Uh,
four
Curry
seventy
Piker.
nine. I'm buying. Say it again.
Schmutz. Schmutz, I think is what it was. I might
Schmutz.
be wrong. Isn't it schmutz?
So
That's
if
such
you're
a funny
listening,
word.
your cart's a little
You little
buggy.
schmutz. You little
You little
schmutz.
schmutz. Schmutz. Schmutzy. We should be Meatwad. Back in the day, anybody remember
Nice.
Meatwad?
Yes.
Oh, that was a great
What is
show.
that show?
Um,
It's Adult Swim.
Hunger Force,
Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Yes, dude. Nice.
milkshake, and the face. I forget his name. The mask, devil face, and then Meatwad. I could do it sometimes. It's a weird voice thing. You gotta like throw every. You gotta clench like the back of your throat.
Frylock.
Craniacs. So I'm buying Craniacs. I'm gonna buy it now before you snake it from under me. Let's see. Bam.
Frylock.
Credits.
Frylock was the other guy, by the way.
Frylock, totally.
Yeah,
Milkshake
Master
guy.
Shake. Yeah.
Okay, so I just bought it, and I know I bought it because that little DEC goes flying over to the other side of the screen. But if you load up a cart with like a bunch of single cards, it only buys one at a time. Like you hover and it
Oh,
says
that's
clicking this.
interesting.
Yeah, it says you're buying all of them at once, but then it doesn't, and you have to click like a million times. So,
Huh. Well, goodbye, dude.
but
Yeah,
besides that, it
I
looks
think
freaking great. That's
Craniacs
just a
is.
little bug. The site looks great. I'm not trying to be like poo poo on it. I think it's a freaking great market. It looks fantastic. It filters really well. You know, besides all the awesome data that it's giving us, the marketplace is awesome. This is now a collab. This is Crypto Eater. I actually went to do something on Equalis Market the other day, and I got the 404 or what was it? Oh,
The
and now I
webpage
just
does
went
not
to
exist.
yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, they partnered up with they merged. Elmo Burns and Equalis have merged, joined forces,
Oh, if you
and
go to a Qualis website, it jumps you straight to Elmo Burns.
it jumps you right to Elmo Burns, man. I just saw that.
Nice.
Yep, which
Yeah,
is cool
good
because I
stuff,
believe
dude.
in if yep, great more community stuff. A successful another marketplace jumping out there. That's awesome. I want to see more. Highest burn rate, highest DEC buyback as far as payback, cashback. So if you buy a card, you get the highest DEC cashback with Elmo Burns. and it also burns the majority of the market fee.
Yeah,
Like
cool.
burns the EC instead of keeping it. So definitely use it when you can for many reasons.
Well, that was a good purchase, man. Yeah, so I
I
think,
just, I
it
just
feels
got him. He's
like
in.
there are those cards that are a little bit, you look at the most meta cards right now: Greybrow, Inept Healer, Jigarilla, Bren Palesworn. Those are the four that are in excess of double digits, and then the Summoner is 16. I don't know.
Mhm.
I feel like things are pretty fairly priced at the moment. The market, man, the
That's
market.
cool. I'm
It's
just used
amazing
to
how quickly.
two
Yeah, but
dollar
I mean,
crowns.
yeah, but that was $2 packs, and there was big DEC
Yeah,
rewards, and we've progressed as an economy since then, and I think
we have.
things
We have.
things are in a much more sustainable place at this point.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely. 100%. 100%.
yeah, and we've seen, like we were just talking about, things are going to be. I don't expect experimentation to stop with Conclave. This is actually
Mhm.
where all of the experimentation starts. I expect, even more variety in the future. Maybe there's different, instead of the alchemy packs and legendary packs, maybe there's a little bit of a different, pack offering. Um, yeah, I mean, I think
Oh yeah,
it's
we'll see
just
more.
beginning in
We'll see
terms
more.
of creativity, in terms of product
Yeah.
offerings getting
I
put out
love
there.
seeing more high-end packs. I love seeing the starter packs. I still want to see $2 boosters. You're gonna kick me in the nuts for saying it, but I still want to see that one day.
Well, why not?
Uh,
If it
yeah.
removes the
I will buy more. Again, I will buy more on impulse. Yeah, I'm not doing impulse $4 pack buys. I've been doing impulse opening for my 100 pack purchase, but I'm not doing impulse $4 pack buys. I
you
think
could
part of
do
that is because I'm
impulse
still
starter packs.
focusing on. I've done a few impulse starter packs. Again, I've had shit luck, but hey, you got to do it. Got to roll the
The
dice
the
there, and it's
commons
fun.
and rares are freaking
Hmm.
dope, dude. There are some
Yeah, no, they're
really
good.
good cards in here.
There's some really good cards in this deck. What's this card with no monster on it? Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Abysmal Elemental. There is a monster there. Hold on. All right. Sorry. It was kind of hiding back there.
By the
Damn.
way,
It's
dude,
blue.
that might be the sexiest black foil in the game.
Oh, it
That
looks great. The black
that
foils
shit.
look great.
The black foils do look great, man. Some of this
Yep.
artwork is just
Songale.
awesome, man.
Songale's another one. Those the color because the colors jump on black. They just do. Things pop on black.
Yes.
Black on black, baby. Oh, remember when Nate didn't know how much more black can this be? And the answer was none more black. We didn't even get around to telling him at the time. So Nate, if you're listening, that's a Spinal Tap reference when their black album "Smell the Glove" came out.
Smell the glove.
So smell the glove. How much more black can this be? And the answer is none. None more
Yes.
black.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Oh
that's it.
boy.
So
All
this
right,
is
Jimmy.
blue.
Well, let's wind this sucker down, dude.
Aren't we doing the 7 hour marathon? That's what you told me before. I got my coffee going. I'm all jacked
Nah,
up. I'm not going to sleep, man.
nah,
Whew.
nah. No guess, no 7 hours, man. It's fun just shooting the breeze with you here, but
Yeah, no, that was fun. That was good to do. We had some good tangents, plenty of Splinterlands content.
go check out that music,
Ooh,
including Painforge and Roger
Pain
Waters.
Forge. I'm gonna go listen to Pain Forge. I'm gonna go listen to Down with YGG. Yeah, you know me. Let's see. We talked about the pickle.
You down with TPG?
So anyone who likes the pickle idea, drop some notes in there. Anyone who likes the idea of the Dow investing in a pickle card. 2,000 cards, man. It's not that much. 300,000 DEC. We max out our purchasing capability and we get some pickles in the arsenal.
And
Pickles in
or
the vault.
investing in developing an auction site.
I like the idea of an auction platform on why not? We pay a couple
Why not?
developers to do stuff in game, pay. And again, we're not just going to throw around money for no reason. Auction house Dow freaking pays for it, and part of the every sale goes to the Dow.
Yep.
Makes sense. Makes
Yep.
sense. I
Support the
want to
company,
auction.
support the community.
Yep.
It's something that the
Hmm.
company wants. Yeah, I'm all for it, dude.
Yep. Yep.
Awesome.
We didn't even talk about
Well,
land, Jimmy. We got half hour for land. No, I'm
we
kidding,
got
of course.
yeah, we'll get into. So I was just gonna say we got the return of the prodigal son, Royal Eagle, next week. I'm super stoked.
Yeah.
We haven't had Eagle on in, man, it's been a couple of years at this point. And he's been working on some cool land stuff as like a
Oh.
pet project on his own.
Hmm.
So we'll curb that half hour for land for next week, and we can really run with it. How about that?
Fair enough. That
All right,
works.
that's
That
that's
works.
nice negotiation there. Well done. All right.
See, that's a compromise. There's Dave McCoy teaching us how to compromise.
There it is. There it is.
Bam.
All
Bam.
right. Well, yeah, Eagle coming back next week, and then we got Mondroid on the schedule coming back, which is
Ooh, anyone
I'm
want to learn
stoked.
some game strategy, man? Tune in for that noise. That's one of the most badass players in the game.
And market
Right
strategy.
there.
Mondroid is a savvy trader. He gets credit for his gameplay,
Yep.
but yeah,
100%.
he works the markets like the best of them. He's got some good insights, and man, I have a real, like, if I pull a black foil, I'm keeping that thing. Mondroid has no issue,
Selling.
yeah, selling and buying what he thinks is gonna be hot, and yeah, he's a savvy trader and a great player. So yeah, a couple of killer episodes coming up. The final guest of the month is still TBD. We'll see how things shake out and see if there's somebody that's going to be kind of
Is that the
currently
IGN?
appropriate. Yes, it is.
TBD. IGN. TBD.
TBD on TPG.
Bam.
Yeah. Nice. This episode was brought to you by Meatwad. Nice. And googly eyes.
And googly eyes. Meatwad with googly eyes. He kind of has.
He kind of
Googly
has
eye.
googly eyes. He does kind of have googly eyes.
It comes full circle.
Call back.
That's it. Awkward silence, as is common with
It
him.
happens. It happens.
Happens to me all the time. I don't know why, but it does.
It's the mannerisms, dude. It sounds like there's more coming, but it's actually just
But there's not, because
yeah.
I freak people out. Yes.
I love it, man. I'm glad Christopher Walken. I appreciate you making another visit to the episode here today. Always great
My
hanging.
pleasure. I love Splinterlands very much. Excellent game, and I hope to see it do very well in the future. That's it.
Awkward silence.
Awkward silence.
Oh shoot, Jimmy! A lot of fun shooting this shit with you, brother. I appreciate you,
Yeah,
man.
you too, man.
Always good hanging. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, you have been listening to
The People's Guild.
Googly Eyes.
Googly
Pickles
eyes.
in the pantry. Pickles in the pantry.
Pickle in the pantry.
Mustache skins.
Dude, mustache skins, I'm telling you, man.
We got them all.
Welcome to the People's Guild.
Splinterlands. Pretoria.
For guests all across the mythical land of Pretoria, tune in.
Come in.
Welcome to the People's Guild. Another week, another guest.
Pretoria. Pretoria. Tune in. Come in.
Welcome to the People's Guild. Another week, another guest.